So with Season of the Risen, we have seen the return of the Funnelweb into the loot pool. This is a gun that has existed before, and it is, I guess you could say, Recluse's younger brother or older brother. I forget the order that this shit came out, but this weapon is back, updated with some mods and an origin trait, and we are going to be focusing this weapon in this review in PvP. What that means is we're not going to go over any god rolls that will help benefit you in PvE. This is going to solely be focusing on PvP and giving you the best options, as well as explaining why these perks are, in my opinion, the best for you to use. We are also going to be using LightGG to showcase some of the stuff. Link down below. Great website for you guys to manage some stuff, and it's kind of the norm of your destiny to experience at this point using this site. So with that being said, the Funnelweb, oh my god, I love this gun. I've been using Stasis, I have been using C and Ramparts, I forget exact same pronunciation, it's the one with the Titan shield, you make it shootable. I've been absolutely loving this weapon. Some people say SMGs aren't the meta in PvP, but I argue that religiously. Even last season I was saying that SMGs are meta, they are good, they are a very viable option to use besides hand cannons, pulse rifles, and even usage rates for those weapons are still up compared to SMGs. I do think we should be shifting a little bit more to checking out SMGs and specifically the Funnelweb. If you guys played Destiny 2 when the Recluse was a thing, you may remember how deadly and how powerful that shit was. Well, the Funnelweb in a way is just that. Now, it's probably not as broken as the Recluse in some capacities, but this lightweight frame archetype, which grants you 900 RPM per minute, rounds per minute, is really, really good. And the 37 round magazine is phenomenally well, suited to help with that. Now, let's go over the perks, and again, we're going to be focusing on PvP perks and any perk that they should help you in PvP, so we're not going to mention anything that I don't think will help you. So looking here on screen, these are the selections of the perks. Red is usually highlighted for PvP, blue PvE, and gold is just a gold standard. Now, I don't agree with this list entirely. We'll get into some of the stuff, but let's first talk about the origin trait. Now, best slinger in PvP, damaging an enemy with this weapon has a small chance to reload the magazine and increase movement speed while aiming down sights. Honestly, I didn't notice this too well or too much, and that's because I kind of had Killing Wind, so I can't tell you if it's good or not. At the end of the day, you're kind of stuck with it. You can't choose another thing, so it either is going to help you or just do nothing. So this perk seems beneficial, and I would say it is beneficial, but I wasn't personally noticing it. Now we slide over to the other perks we could select. Elemental Capacitor, I really wouldn't lean towards because it's going to be based on your subclass, and depending on your subclass you want to do. I am a Stasis main Titan, and I don't like the benefit Stasis gives, plus 20 recoil direction and a negative 5% ADS move speed penalty. I do not like that for Stasis Elemental Capacitor. I lean towards Rangefinder, so depending on your subclass, plus 45 reload speed for solar, plus 45 handling for arc, and a plus 18 for void stability. I mean, it depends. I don't lean towards that, but again, that's a good one, but it depends on your subclass of choice. But Rangefinder, go to. Now, Perpetual Motion is the god standard perk for anything in PvE and PvP, and it is honestly a great perk to have on any weapon. If you have the weapon, you should definitely check out Perpetual Motion or use it. Killing Wind, great option for PvP, and Steady Hands also works very well. I don't know if it works well with SMGs, but I mean, it's an option. I don't think Steady Hands is good too much. I like them on shotguns, but that's just my personal preference. Accurized Rounds, the gold standard for anything range in any weapon, and this is a great perk for that. And then Tac Mag, and then for barrels we have Fluted Barrel, and then we have Hammer Forged Rifling and Small Bore. Now for the perks I am using in the video you are seeing on screen, we have Rangefinder, we have Killing Wind, we have Tactical Mag, and we have Small Bore. And in my honest opinion, I am one perk away from just having my desired choice. I have a range Masterwork. I mean, this gun itself still works incredibly well, but again, it doesn't maximize the range. And you guys look here, these are the god rolls you want for PvP, and you'll see exactly why that is. So from top to bottom, we have Small Bore, Accurized Rounds, Killing Wind, Rangefinder, we have a range Masterwork, and obviously target adjuster will be great because of aim assist and things like that. But look at these stats. The range on this weapon is a 69 total stat roll, and with the perks alone, it gives a plus 24 bonus, whether it's the Masterwork, Accurized Round, Small Bore, things like that, Rangefinder. It just gives a lot of beneficial bonuses for your range, and for a 900 RPM SMG, this is absolutely phenomenal. The stability, Even though it's a +6, this gun is pretty stable. I am on mouse and keyboard. If you guys are also on controller, I know they dumped some adjusting for controller players. This weapon is very stable and very easily controllable. You guys look at that recoil pattern. It is very vertical, which is very easy to control. And aim assist, obviously with targeting adjuster, gives me a +5. You can increase that number with targeting in your head gear. And even though this doesn't get a good rating on Light GG, this is a deadly weapon to use, especially for SMGs in this sandbox. Now, let's explain playstyle with this weapon. As I said earlier, I'm a stasis main PvP player, and the reason for that is high mobility play with the slide, with just being able to move around. I love the glacial grenades. It really allows me to freeze people, not freeze people, but hold people off, allow me to recoup and be ready. Maybe I can charge in, do a little bit of AoE damage, and then shoot them with this. I really like the combination that stasis offers for Titans right now, and that's just my personal choice. I use Singing Ramparts for the barricade to shoot through it, which also works very well. So for playstyle, you really want to be as mobile as you can. This weapon does have a bit range to it compared to other guns, and again, I think it is better than auto rifles, even though it might not have as much range and the damage fall off might be a little bit more, but it works really well in medium range capacities. And as long as you cut the distance to a healthy margin where shotguns are one-shot kill, this is your golden sweet spot. So stack up on mobility for your armor rolls and just 100 stat that shit, because that with killing win and just being highly fast and highly mobile, you can be a hit and runner in a match, and it is glorious. This weapon also was chaining massively well with other opponents. I was going on 1, 2, even 3 people feeds. It is very stable, very nice, and the reload speed is also remarkable. I cannot get enough of this reload speed. Now, I do recommend you still throw on a reload speed mod in your arms, just because you kind of should. There's really not too much else you can do that benefit things, but doing a reload speed mod is really good and just allows you to keep on shooting rapidly, and it is phenomenal. Now, you may be wondering, how do I get this weapon, Shadow Ninja? Well, this unfortunately is a world drop, so you can't specifically focus this in any capacity where, like, you know, you can craft it. This is kind of a, you see, you get, you check it out. Oh, this is a great wall. I got it. Let me use it. So do keep that in mind, that this is not easily farmable or easily targeted farming. So you will kind of be on the short end of being able to focus this, and this may be a little bit longer to grind for and unlock and get the God Roll, at least for PvP. And that's kind of unfortunate. That's the only knock I have on this weapon. But with that being said, guys, check out this SMG if you guys have it. Again, any of those roles I mentioned, Rangefinder, Killing Wind, Accurized Rounds, Smallbore, are really good. Perpetual Motion, like, I get it. It's very needed, but for some reason, Killing Wind with the +20 range, +50 mobility, +4 handling really works well. Now, it is a -30% movement penalty, and that does suck, but it's still very good. It lasts 5 seconds, and kills add 5 seconds to the duration, up to 8 seconds. So yeah, that is another reason to use Killing Wind. Again, if you guys prefer Perpetual Motion, good on you. Use it as is, but again, in this situation, I like Rangefinder. I know I didn't give an explanation earlier about that, but just something to keep in mind. Maybe you can swap that two out and you'll like it better, but it just doesn't work too well for my personal choice. But if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give this video a like. Helps out the video a lot. If you guys are new here and want more content from me, definitely hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified when I drop new content. If you guys have any comments of perks you prefer, or any other conversations you want to have, questions about the perks, maybe this is good, maybe that's good, I'll let you know in the comment section below. Don't be afraid to comment. I definitely am always open to a conversation. But that's all I got for this one. Shadow Ninja here, and I'm out.